Having your tone change abruptly between presets is something that an audience will actually notice. And having made so many fine adjustments to your tone that the audience will probably not notice, I'm sure you wouldn't want something noticeable like that to happen. Well, good news, the ML10X features Spillover Trails, allowing you to switch presets seamlessly. With this, you can move through parts and between songs without any jarring cuts in sound. To demonstrate the difference between having spillover trails and not, I'm gonna switch between two ML10X presets. The first contains the Kernome Ridge Overdrive, Maris LVX Delay, and Walrus R1 Reverb. The second preset has only the Ridge enabled. Now I'm gonna make the switch without spillover trails enabled. Now let's do the same with spillover trails enabled. The delay and reverb trails spill over as the next preset is engaged, instead of cutting off abruptly. Enabling spillover trails on your ML10X is easy. Let's see how to do that right now. In this example, I've connected these pedals in mono to the ML10X, but that doesn't mean you can't have a stereo setup even though the pedals are connected in mono, as we'll show you in a bit. In this video, we'll demonstrate how to use spillover trails in both mono and stereo routings. The spillover settings are available under the Controller Settings tab in the ML10X editor. The first thing you want to do is enable spillover for the loops containing effects that you want to have spill over to the next preset when you switch presets. These typically would be delay and reverb effects, as they have trails that linger on and are able to carry on to the next preset. We don't need spillover for the Ridge, as an overdrive does not produce any trails that can spill over to the next preset. Let's save our settings and move over to the Edit Preset tab. The first preset I have set up here is a simple preset. If you don't yet know the difference between a simple and advanced preset on the ML10X, our hands-on video will explain it to you. But in a nutshell, an advanced preset allows you to split and merge audio signals, while a simple preset does not. I've named this preset Simple 1, and in my signal chain I have the Ridge going into the LVX and into the R1, with all pedals engaged. In the next preset I've named Simple 2, I have the same effects but delay and reverb are bypassed. What we want to happen is to have the delay and reverb trails from the first preset linger on even after we have switched to the second preset. To achieve that, we just need to head back to the first preset and set the R1 reverb to spillover. When selected, all effects that come before that loop and have spillover enabled will also spill over to the next preset. In this case, that is the LVX delay as well, which is perfect and the outcome that we want. With these preset settings, reverb and delay will spill over to the next preset regardless of what preset that is, as long as the R1 and LVX are bypassed or not included in the preset we are switching to. Now let's move on to using spillover for advanced presets. In advanced mode, a preset signal chain will be exactly what is shown by the nodes on the ML10X editor. That is why instead of setting loops to spill over from the preset that you are switching away from, you need to set what loops continue to spill over in the preset that you are switching to. Here in this preset named Advanced 1, we have the exact same signal chain as we did in the simple preset from earlier. This is just represented in the Advanced Preset Editing interface instead, which allows you to use nodes and connections to design your signal chain. As we are not splitting or merging any signals, there is no advantage to creating this preset in Advanced mode instead of Simple mode. This first example is purely just to show you how spillover trails are implemented in an advanced preset. So again, we have our overdrive, delay, and reverb all active in this first preset. But when we switch to the next preset, we want the delay and reverb trails to spill over and linger on. As you can see in this preset, the LVX and R1 have been removed from the signal chain and the guitar is no longer connected to their inputs, but they still have their outputs connected to the ML10X output at the end. If you noticed, I connected the LVX and R1 to the second connection point on the ML10X output node. This will sum the delay and reverb trails with our guitar signal, ensuring that there is no volume drop. If you connect the incoming audio to the same connection point on the output, audio signals will be averaged instead of summed. And in this case, since the trails are much softer and fading out, there will be a noticeable volume drop. Therefore, we want to sum them instead of average them. With this connection, whatever delay and reverb trails that were created by playing the guitar through the LVX and R1 will continue to play on and be audible even after switching presets. But at the same time, because their inputs are no longer connected to the guitar, no new delay, feedback, or reverb trails will be created. Let's hear how this sounds like now. programmed 2 more presets to show you how you can use spillover trails in a stereo setup, where audio signals are being split as well. In this preset, I have split the ridge output into 2 parallel paths, with one branch containing the LVX and the other the R1. The LVX is then sent to output left, while the R1 is sent to output right. Bear in mind that the ridge was connected to the ML10X only in mono, but the audio splitting can be done internally in the ML10X. This preset runs the LVX and R1 in parallel and hard pans the delay to the left and reverb to the right, creating a wider stereo sound. Now in the next preset, we want to, you guessed it, bypass delay and reverb as well, but have their trail spill over to the next preset also. That's pretty simple to do. As you can see here, it's the same concept as when the effects were run in series. I've just disconnected the LVX and R1 inputs and connected their outputs to their respective ML10X output channels on the left and right. The ridge is still split and connected to both the left and right output channels as well. And that's it. I now have delay and reverb spilling over from the previous preset into each of their respective left and right channels when I switch presets. The ML10X flexible routing capabilities really opened up a world of possibilities, and we're happy to have you here on this journey with us. If you're still watching up to here, a like on this video would be very much appreciated, and a sub to the channel would be amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again in the next one.